I liked you that low. I liked it.
I like being taller. It's kind of my thing.
It's not my thing.
We all have different things. It's good.
We all have different things. Mine is being able to get into very small spaces.
That I cannot.
And yours is reaching the top shelf.
It's true.
Mine is asking you to reach the top shelf.
We need all types.
Me too. Me too.
But so what are we doing today, Chelsea?
We're playing with some glue.
But that doesn't sound like a sewing tool.
There are actually many uses for glue. Many. And my favorite is actually for zippers.
Okay. So we're just going to go right into this.
I think we should.
Sounds good.
I don't know. Should we? Should we dilly-dally?
We should dilly-dally just slightly longer.
Okay.
Because I don't see anybody on Facebook saying hello yet.
Should we just say dilly-dally? Can I fold this thing? Is that a thing I can do?
Sure.
While we're dilly and dallying?
We're not dilly-dallying. We're patiently waiting for our lovely audience to arrive.
Satisfying. Yes.
There's a lot of paper on screen today.
So much paper. It's like we're
not on screen. It will be on screen.
It's like we have glue out or something.
No video. What do you mean no video?
Should I have hit this one?
Probably. I hope we have video now, Carol. Do we have video now?
I hope we have video. Did I miss hitting a button? Maybe.
Oh, it looks like we have video now. Looks like we missed video at the beginning, though.
Bro.
Some days.
There is video here.
There's a lot of buttons to boop.
Okay, I hit all the buttons. I hope we have video.
Yep, now we have video.
Yep.
Perfect.
Carol's got us.
Okay, let's carry on.
Carol, keep us on track.
It's good to have people who will keep us on track.
Yep.
Ooh, hello from the Philippines. Perfect. We missed the button for YouTube video. It's a different button than Facebook video.
I'm gonna blame Leah.
I distracted Chelsea. I will take the button. I asked her a whole bunch of questions right as she was hitting go. Pretty much. I am the problem today. Hello and welcome to Tuesday.
2 for Tuesday.
It's Tuesday.
Not Monday.
Glue day.
Yes.
Today we're going to be talking about glue and all the uses for something like Sewline glue. This is one of my favorite glues.
It's my favorite too. It's thin.
Yeah.
And mine looks really gross right now.
Is it all covered in fuzz from whatever project you're working on?
Yes.
Okay.
Sewing, yeah.
Sewline glue, when you first get it, you need to get the full package.
Yep. Gets you a pen and a refill.
Yeah. And refillable bits for it are really easy to change in and out. It's kind of like lipstick, where if you roll it all the way up, you'll get to the end, and then that end pops off, and you can put a new stick in.
It even says on the back, hold the fluted grip and turn pen barrel to expose the white bit, and then pull it out. That's easy.
There's instructions.
I haven't done that yet.
I've gone through a few refills on my Sewline pen. I actually have 2 Sewline pens at home right now, because I lost one for a while. Glue pens.
It's very dirty.
So then you can keep a clean one and a dirty one. You could have 2. And you could have a travel one and an at-home one.
Honestly, I really just need 3 of these because I lost this and I felt like I lost a piece of me. So if I have multiples of them, then I will still be okay.
Right? So a couple different uses we'll show you today of where Chelsea and I use glue sticks or glue pens. The first one being like more traditional garment sewing. Lots of times zippers are sometimes people's nemesis.
Well, pinning through them and keeping something flat, that is just impossible.
Let's pin through that zipper and we'll show you what happens.
Okay, are you going to use
Are we using the top camera?
We could use the top camera, or we could use this closely uppy one. Which one would you like?
How about the, I don't know. The close-up might show the wonk better.
I'll show the wonk.
So,
There we go.
if you were to pin that zipper to that fabric, the moment you start pinning through zipper tape, you're going to start fighting the zipper tape itself, and especially if you're trying to add fabric to it. You don't want to introduce unnecessary warp into your zipper tapes because they're already something that might be more daunting to sew.
Oh gosh, it's hard to pin through.
Pretty tight weave on that particular zipper tape.
Very tight.
Another pin.
Can I have another pin, please? but my zipper is just. Oh dear. How do I sew that?
Super carefully.
So wiggly.
So wiggly. So it's already introduced a warp into that zipper. So if you've ever struggled putting zippers in, glue might be your best friend. And something like the skinny little Sewline glue pen will fit right down the zipper tape, which I absolutely love. Also helps if you're trying to do something like pattern matching across your zipper tape, or seam matching across your zipper tape. There's lots of scenarios where that might happen, like in a skirt or a jacket, or even in a bag, like side to side in a bag.
Yeah.
You might want patterns to line up appropriately. So you can glue all sorts of things that you can't pin. And this is a very, like, it's not a super duper sticky glue, but it's going to be sticky enough to hold your project as you take it over to your sewing machine and get you started.
Yeah, it's definitely holding my piece of fabric on there. See, there's no pins.
And no warp in that zipper.
And no warp, sitting super flat.
And then your fabric will stay nice and flat with your zipper as you sew it, even having to lift the foot and maneuver around the head of your zipper as you go.
Yeah. That's so fantastic. I love that trick.
So that's our first use for Sewline glue. Next use for Sewline glue. My thing to do to stay awake in the car is English paper piecing, and I do a lot of English paper piecing in the car. But there's some roads that I can't, if the roads are too bumpy, I can't thread a needle to baste my hexagons together.
Or you get poke.
It's not always the safest activity.
No.
But I can get in there and glue baste all my hexagons together.
Totally.
And it's something that it's easy enough sewing once you're prepped that kids can whip stitch across or ladder stitch across the edges of the pieces, but not super friendly to have little kids poking sharp little pins through their papers. So I have a paper and a fabric ready. You want to do this on the close-up?
Yeah, we can do it on a close-up. These are our other projects.
Right.
Just since
That one's a little bit pre-folded.
this one's pre-folded and beautiful.
Oh, there's a not folded one.
Ooh, okay. So we'll just put this here. You can see Leah pre-basted it.
I used that paper previously.
I like it.
This little sampler bit has been kicking around a little while. Not sure how long this fabric's been lurking in the studio stash of things. But the glue is blue, so you can see where it's gone down to make sure that you've got enough.
And it dries clear, right?
Yeah.
Just lifting up my whole project. So stuck on there. And you can even put it on the fabric.
And it is a temporary glue. This is not like super glue that's dangerous in the hands of your children.
And it's water soluble.
Yes. So it's going to wash out of your project after you give it a wash. So that would be ready to sew into its friends on there.
No ironing needed. Look at that.
Yeah. And you can finger press as you glue. So it's really, really quite tidy. And you get those nice crisp edges that'll be easier to hand stitch through.
It's so cute.
Right? Lots of fun. Maybe someday this will grow into something bigger. But I don't know. That one might just live here forever. Next use for glue. Foundation paper piecing. So there's two different kinds of paper piecing. English paper piecing is hand stitched with fabric wrapped around the paper. Foundation piecing, you stitch through the paper, usually by machine. Oh, you need the fabric that goes with that.
I also might need a cutting mat to trim it.
Or we're not even sewing it.
True.
You could at least show the prep.
We can show the prep.
We could do another demo sewing that one of these days. That's a whole nother stitching demo. Ups and downs, backwards and forwards, and flipping. So this one with foundation piecing, you're going to want to glue the whole area for your first piece of fabric with the wrong side of the fabric on the wrong side of the paper.
Nice and secure.
And then we'll use...
I glued it too far away. Should be a 1/4 inch, but can use that line to line up our next fabric. We could even glue it on here versus taping it.
Yeah, totally.
Because I find when I do paper piecing, when I pin through the paper and the fabric, I find it distorts it quite a lot. So we just smush that on. And now you're ready to go stitch. Stitch from this side. And then you have your little piece.
Yeah. It's fabulous. We'll do another day and actually stitch some foundation piecing.
We should stitch some foundation piecing. I love it.
Me too.
I have a pineapple quilt I'm working on. All foundation piece.
Nice.
It's a great way to use scraps.
So, kind of 3 pretty straightforward uses for glue. I know you've got another project in the works at home where you're trying to align seams.
Yeah, I have a itsy bitsy rectangle and I have squares with a line from corner to corner.
Almost like a flying geese kind of corner.
Like a flying geese, but an extended flying geese. So I have a lot of space in the middle.
Yeah.
And sitting there with these like 1 by 1 inch squares, trying to get them in the right spot so I can sew down that line.
Yeah.
Impossible. So I sat there and I just glued them all on
Nice.
and then sewed them down. It was excellent.
Yeah. So
Could not be happier.
glue's pretty handy to have. The other thing I use glue for, I stitch buttons on by machine.
You glue your button down?
I glue my button down because then it doesn't slip and
That
slide.
is a great idea. I wonder if Anne does that too.
Probably.
I bet she does.
Yeah,
Did
I
she
think I learned
teach you?
that. Yeah. Yeah, definitely. So Sewline glue pretty much like always in my travel sewing bag because of the stabby, hard to sew in the car problem. And I always have one on my desk at home for those things that just need a little bit of tacking that I can't pin through because they're either too small or too awkward or it's going to warp something out of shape. And glue is way friendlier for my kids to use when they need to piece stuff than pins.
Totally. And you could totally use it for applique too.
Yeah, you could hold your applique down if you weren't doing a fused applique layer.
Yeah.
But you can use it to hold like rickrack down.
Oh gosh. The uses are endless.
Right? It's fabulous. So Sewline glue, that's our sticky solution to most of our problems.
Maybe we should do some foundation paper piecing later this week. That'd be fun.
It'll be super fun.
We should find a foundation paper piecing.
I like foundation paper pieces.
We'll do it up.
Yeah, we'll find something.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
That sounds fun.
So that's, I don't know, that's one of the things going on around here.
I have something exciting.
Yeah.
Anne brought us some really cute samples.
We're going to take the whole display apart? Is that
Of
the game
course.
plan?
That was the plan.
Okay.
When don't we take the whole display apart?
Sometimes other people don't take the display apart.
Not when you were here.
Not when we're here.
It can't stay together.
These are the samples from our So Happy event happening March 2nd and 3rd.
That way.
This is a pillow. It's not got a pillow form in it yet, but this uses an OESD pillow blank. And your name doesn't have to be Anne to make this project.
No, we're actually going to learn how to put our own name on our project.
Yeah, so you can put your name on. The whole event is a very sewing themed event. So if you're wanting to give embroidery a try, but you're not sure if you're going to like it or not, You're left with a whole bunch of sewing themed projects that could just go in your sewing room.
Well, this one I think is excellent.
Oh yeah.
I like it. I think it's made out of a table runner.
Right?
I think so. I keep going the wrong way with this camera.
Happiness
today.
is a full bobbin, is what that says.
And they're little pockets.
It's pockets! Look,
Pockets?
it'll hold in your sewing glue.
Oh, look, I won't lose it again.
And maybe
And-
you're at a quarter ruler.
And this actually just sits underneath your sewing machine. Has a very long tail here. So it can sit under your sewing machine and hold all your goodies.
Right?
If you want to see it in store, I think we're going to try and set it up over by our cave machines.
I had not heard anything.
I don't know.
We're gonna set it up in store.
We're going to set it up in store and it's going to be cute.
They came in today, so
They came in today.
they haven't found their way out.
This
front
one's
yet.
also cute.
Oh, that's another spot to put my Sewline glue pen.
Sure is.
Another little pocket. Oh, those are skinny pockets. We need something skinnier. Let me see what else I've got in the tool chest. Little clamps.
Skinny pockets. Ooh, look at that. And then this could totally just hang on your wall over by your sewing machine.
It'd be so cute.
Adorable.
Adorable.
I love it.
So the So Happy event, all the stabilizer, all the fabrics, and all the thread that you need is included in the event price, along with the chance to win some door prizes, chance to meet our guest instructor from OESD. Her name's Nan.
She's so nice.
And OESD events always have some really stellar
Like
things happening,
this one.
like
Close
event bundles.
that.
Ooh, embroidering on specialty fabrics like cork.
Yeah, we're going to embroider on cork.
Make a little keychain.
And it's nice on the side, too.
Yeah.
You don't have all that schmutziness on the back. So that's really awesome.
Oh, the schmutziness on that one's covered too. And
Yeah,
that
there's-
one.
All the schmutzinesses are covered.
So
Excellent.
tidy.
What else is next? I left the camera on close up so we could show it off. Oh, this one. It needs its little
Means it's
snaps done up, but it's actually a cord organizer. So it folds in half.
so you know what I would use that for? I'd use that for my power cord for my machine when I'm going to classes.
That's an excellent idea. And this is just with the sparkle vinyl that they carry.
Yeah, it's pretty. And those, like, that's some really long stitch embroidery. It looks like hand stitching.
It kind of reminds me a bit of the cave
Embroidery.
embroidery.
Yeah.
It's beautiful. Oh, this one.
And I know there's at least a few people out there who, once they figured out they could embroider on cards, they've been absolutely unstoppable.
Did you notice this one isn't just a card, though? It's a postcard.
Oh, I didn't know. I didn't flip it over earlier.
Leah, you didn't flip it over?
I
You didn't pick this up and go, why are you so big? Oh, it's a postcard.
It's a postcard. That's cool.
And all the embroidery's hidden inside.
That's sweet. That's super sweet.
Like, you can't see any backs. I really am curious how that happened, but it is gorgeous.
Right? I'm wondering who I should mail that to.
Well, this one's of ours. We get to keep it here, Leah.
Yeah, but if I make one, who am I mailing it
Well,
to?
can you mail it to me?
Sure. I like getting mail. Will you mail me one?
Yes.
Okay. Sweet. This sounds
Of
perfect.
course I'll mail you one.
That sounds fabulous. I just get bills in the mail.
Oh, I'll send you happy mail. Maybe I'll include some thread. It might not be on a spool.
Thread on a spool is usually more useful. But if it's stitched into a project, that's lovely too.
Maybe it is the project that's the mail.
Maybe.
Mm.
Yeah.
Sending love.
So yeah, I'm super excited for this event.
I just realized how sassy that is too.
Stitch, please.
I like
That's
it.
awesome. We have new fabric behind us as well.
They're widebacks.
Are they Lori Holt Widebacks?
They sure are. They're B plaids. 108
Nice.
wide.
Nice. So if you're a
They're
big fan of Lori
gorgeous.
Holt's and Be in My Bonnet and all of her stuff, her widebacks will play so nicely with all her other fabrics.
Yeah.
And then you can go to all that work in making the gorgeous sampler quilts that she does. Like vintage. Farm girl vintage.
Girl.
Look, we had a fabric rep in the store today. There was a lot of things that had the word vintage in them. They're all mushing in my head. But really gorgeous. Really, really gorgeous.
Really gorgeous.
Other things going on in the store. Guess what happens starting tomorrow? Around roughly 9 a.m.
Is it Hoop Sisters Facebook event?
Yes.
Yay!
Yes. And probably if I left my drawer organized like I was supposed to, Chelsea made me a drawer in the studio. I'm so excited. Hoop Sisters. We're running a Hoop Sisters class in February. But if you're like, oh, I don't know if I want to do that, pop into the free Facebook party tomorrow or Thursday or Friday.
Yeah, at any time.
See what Hoop Sisters is all about. It is scheduled for 3 full days. That does not mean you need to be in there every waking minute. Pop in and out. There's a chance for a door prize.
Yes.
There might be some games.
There might be some games.
And ladies at Hoop Sisters are going to share all their fabulous knowledge about what they do, which is quite a bit different from some of our other companies. Yeah. And I've been drooling, like talking with them and getting this set up. I've seen some of the new stuff that's releasing, and I'm like, I need to make that.
I know there's one that you decided you're just dying to make too.
There is. It's called Navigator.
Mm-hmm.
So when I painted trim in my house this weekend, that I didn't paint 5 years ago when I did the rest of my reno.
Good.
And now my house looks way better. I'm like, you need art on that wall. And I know what I want to put there. So
yeah, Leah came in on Monday and said, I know where I'm going to hang my Navigator.
Mm-hmm.
I said, Leah, we haven't gotten it yet. And she says, I know. It's happening.
But yeah, so Calla Lily, we're teaching as a class right away in February. And that might get your fingers just damp in the Hoop Sisters world.
Damp.
It's not a good word on Facebook, is it?
It's okay. It's okay.
And then there's really pretty flowers in this. But I have all my bits here. Need to film some step outs for the class still. There's really pretty. There's a half block of calla lilies there. And they're sitting in a jar.
There's vinyl. We're going to work vinyl. I'm excited.
Do you want to throw that on the close-up cam?
Of course I do.
With the background filter?
When don't I want to throw something on the close-up cam? That's my job.
Right?
So pretty.
Maybe that's the one to show next.
Oh, okay. Oh, there's background quilting here too.
Yeah, so it's all quilted and then pieced together.
It's quilted through the whole way.
Yeah.
Oh, nice. It's even quite tidy on the back.
Yeah.
Not a lot of thread trims. Means it's going to be quicker.
Yeah, it wasn't a very long stitch out. I had myself psyched up for many days of making the sample bits, and then all of a sudden I was all done.
I like how it turns fluorescent green on the camera.
It is pretty fluorescent in person too. But it was really interesting because it's a raw edge technique. In the instructions on this, they use pinking shears, and I was quite sure that I did not own pinking shears, but I'd had this bag of stuff that I got from my grandma after she passed away that I'd never opened.
Oh, very good.
Because I was quite sure it was a bag of feelings. Do you want to switch back to the front camera?
Of course I do.
Got this bag of stuff. It's been sitting in my sewing room for roughly 5 years, and I was like, oh, it's just in the way, and I was pretty sure it was like the other box of stuff that I got, which was a bunch of old spools of threads and bobbins for the machine I got from her. It's a whole bunch of things I didn't really need. Then when I was trimming this out, I was like, I wonder if there was pinking shears in there. I went digging. There was pinking shears.
There they were.
So I'm super thrilled to find pinking shears that apparently I've owned for quite some time and not known about. When you're pinking shears for my grandma.
Yay! That's exciting.
I was able to trim out my leaves. So
that's exciting.
Because I couldn't use my pinking blade in the hoop. That was not going to be a good scenario. Which is how I normally do pinking, so.
No, you cut right through your beautiful project if you did that.
Yes, and I'd have to start all over. Which I was not in for.
You'd have to get more neon green fabric.
Yeah. I didn't want to. I have enough neon green fabric at home. I have like a meter and a half of this. It's actually an ombre.
Why do you have a meter and a half,
I don't
Leah?
know. It was a good green.
I think we need to talk about your fabric purchases.
There's dinosaurs and it's orange and gray. And neon green, apparently. Don't buy anything normal. So yeah, Hoop Sisters Party this week if you want to see more about how all of these things turn into an actual wall hanging. Come watch the free Facebook group. That's my recommendation. And then you can see all the things that I'm super excited about.
That'll be awesome.
Yeah. On sale in store this week for our 5th and final week of Boxing Week sales. Flannel. Our flannel's on sale. Mentioned yesterday if you're into like flannel PJs. I made flannel PJs for my kids a couple years ago and they've outgrown them.
Well, or if you like flannel sheets or flannel, what are those? Pillowcases.
Or receiving blankets.
Oh, yes.
Because there's been babies on the way all over the place.
Or blankets for your dog.
Yes.
Who's
Or
no
rag
fur.
quilt.
Rag quilt. Or blankets for your baby.
Or backing for a quilt.
Or the front of a quilt.
Or a flannel shirt for warm in the winter.
Okay. That's exciting.
Yeah.
Or hanky. Can you make hankies out of flannel?
I don't see why not.
Okay.
Probably again. I made cloth diapers for my kids. We did flannel inserts for them. We used a lot of flannel for that.
I know in Days for Girls they use the flannel for the inserts for pads.
Yes. So flannel's handy to have.
Very absorbent.
It's 25% off this week.
It's a good deal.
Yeah. It's fabulous. I think that's mostly what we have to share with you guys today.
I think so too.
What are you going to go home to glue? More of your little rectangles with the triangles?
Yes. It is excellent. I like it.
Nice.
Way easier than pins, Leah.
Okay. Sounds good. Thank you for joining us, everybody. I think you get Sandy tomorrow.
Mm-hmm.
And then we'll be back on Thursday.
Yes, on Thursday.
Yes.